जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल महिते तरुणी मंडल महिते समुदर राती वर्णन वेशे हरि निष्कुट वृंदावि विदेशे समुदर राती वर्णन वेशे हरि निष्कुट वृंदावि विदेशे राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते नम शशि लेके ललिता सखी गुणरमित विशाखे शभानुदानी नम शशि लेके ललिता सखी गुणरमित विशाखे शभानुदानी नम शशि लेके ललिता सखी गुणरमित विशाखे शभानुदानी नम शशि लेके ललिता सखी गुणरमित विशाखे राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते करुणा गुरुमयि करुणा भरिते सनक सनतन वर्णित चरिते 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 राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय
ठाकुर की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कलामयं ददाति स्वापदान्वितं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीवापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे। नमो महापदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य
चैतन्य नामिने गौरकृते नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौब्राह्मणाय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयति कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं श्री परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरम्। ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षः साव्याभ्यां श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Where is the place in the whole planet where when you chant Hare Krishna, so many others will chant Hare Krishna? The only place is satsang. Try it outside. Go on the road. Hare Krishna, you look at it. Pagal ho gaya kya? Somebody put a case also. It's a secular country. Kya Hare Krishna bol rahe? Right? That is why satsang is very important. The place where like-minded, prayerful, surrendered devotees come together. This is very important. The topic is also about dangers of being alone in spiritual life. Okay? So, why I chose this topic is because I am in danger. I am always in danger. I need all your association. And for that, I thought I will discuss this topic. I was hearing from great Radhesham Prabhu, I was hearing from several other devotees about this, about the importance of this subject called trying to be in association, how important it is and how dangerous it is. And how much we are taking shelter of all the acharyas. You know, this Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya. These prayers are so important. Invocation prayers we call them, right? Invocation prayers. And the more deeper you go into Krishna consciousness, you realize that this is the most important prayer, where we are taking shelter of all the Goswamis. Right? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, you know how big were his invocation prayers? 12 chapters. These invocation prayers were 12 chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you go to Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita, first 12 chapters are his invocation prayers, saying, please give me permission to speak this subject. You know, how unqualified he felt to even discuss about spiritual life. And sometimes me, I think, oh, I can read Bhagavatam. I have the book. I can speak about it also. I have intelligence. No? I can interpret it also. I can give new examples also. But I was recently hearing to His Holiness Keshav Maharaj. And he was telling that how fortunate we are that we are being allowed to repeat what Acharya has told. Forget about you creating a new meaning in it, or you're trying to give your own thoughts about it. Independence to speak is given by Krishna, but that very independence can take us away from Krishna. When we use our tongue to speak things which we feel are right. And satsang is a place where we all come together to hear what Krishna wants to say. Of course, as a speaker, you share your realizations also, which is good. Those realizations are also spoken by Krishna only. Because who gives those realizations? Krishna only. He gives those realizations and he asks us to speak them, share them. Because somebody can relate to that realization. Right? So, it's a great honor that we are part of this wonderful movement called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. ISKCON Society. It's a great honor. Don't think, ISKCON Society is just one other society, we are part of it. No, Prabhuji, it's a very, very important thing. One second, some sounds coming and just remove them. Yeah. It's a great honor. We should remember that always. We are a society purposefully created to take us back to Krishna. That objective we should not forget. Problem what happens is, this becomes any other society. When we get used to it, when we start coming here regularly, hearing, we're like, okay, I'm also part of that society, I'm also part of this society. But there is a purpose of this society. And the purpose is to take us back home, back to Godhead, in this life itself. Once I was asking Yugal Kishore Prabhu, that, Prabhu, what is the speciality of Prabhupada? Yugal Kishore Prabhu said, no other Acharya has told, I will take you back to Krishna in this life. Only Prabhupada told. Can you imagine? No other Acharya told it. You hear? You see the commentaries? Nobody said in this life you are going back. Prabhupada said you are going back in this life. All you have to do, chant 16 rounds, stay in association of devotees, follow the relative influence. I will take you back home, back to Godhead if not from the front door, from the back door. Prabhupada told this. Kaunteya pratjanini name bhakta. Whatever my devotee will tell will come true. There is no doubt about it. Prabhuji and Mataji's. Do we all realize that we are actually going back to Krishna after this life? No, right? That's because we are still not taking shelter of our acharyas. That is the problem. We are still not taking shelter of the acharyas. Prabhuji, we cannot do what our acharyas can do. Our acharyas can hold our shikha and pull us out of this material world. They can do that. Right? We can't imagine what they can do. How many of you imagined that there will be a day in your life when you will become a Krishna devotee? Tell me. Huh? What? Third class? Or, I don't know. Fourth? 10th class? Huh? No class. What? No class? People. I mean, what low class was I? Right? What low class was my wife? What low class was her family? And what are we doing here? He's sitting on a Vyasasana and giving a class on Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Definitely Yamaraj will be laughing. How how come this fellow went on the Vyasa? Because I have ordered cold pressed oil for this fellow. It's all ready. How come this fellow went on the Vyasa? It's a wind right. The problem is, you're not supposed to be here. Oil, cold pressed oil. He uses pure things. Yamaraj doesn't have any contamination problem. Pakka pure. Don't think, I go to Yamaraj, he will be burnt more, I will be burnt less. We all will be burnt nicely. Same temperature, same feeling. But the amazing part of Acharyas is he has Kali Yuga. Prabhu, they picked us up in Kali Yuga, the most rotten stage, the most rotten place, the most rotten time, the most rotten consciousness, and we are speaking about Krishna Prem. That is why, many devotees, they take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more than Krishna. Especially in ISKCON. If you ask me in my heart of heart, Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he is picking up people who are not supposed to be picked up. That is the reason when Rupa Goswami told his secret of appearance, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratrishya. That very Krishna, you are the same Krishna, but you have come here as Mahavadanyaya. You are doing things which nobody else has done. Can you imagine Narsimhadev, coming in that room and going to Hiranyakashipu and giving chanting mala? Right? You can't even imagine that. Mahaprabhu is doing that. The same Krishna, that very Narsimhadev, that very Varahadev, is coming here and he is giving chanting mala and saying, what is he saying? Chehra. Chanting here. Thoda karo. Well, Krishna also is merciful. He also does. Neha vikramana swasti pratyaya udyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya swalpam. And Krishna is very chalu. He begins with swalpam, then he ends with sarva. He begins with swalpam. Last ki swalpam alone vachestam. See, you read that swalpam. Okay, I am part of Bhagavad Gita, I read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is put it. Last line, sarva dharma. Amma Krishna. Right? But then Mahaprabhu is not like that. But the beginning itself is saying that you have no qualifications. Many devotees in ISKCON, especially white bodies, coming from the West, they worship more Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than Krishna. We Indians, we have that connection with Krishna. Chinnapadi Krishna Murti, Krishna Rao. है ना घर में, so we see Krishna, Mahabharat Krishna, B.R. Chopra Krishna, Star Plus Krishna, we have the Krishna. So we are very familiarized with Krishna. But then, for devotees who are introduced to Krishna consciousness by Prabhupada, for them Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is everything, because he told he is the Mahavadanya avatar who is going to pick up everybody. Malechas and Yavanas, everybody are going back to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Because I've been in the West, I've discussed this with many foreign devotees. For them, Mahaprabhu, they speak Chaitanya Lila, all the time Chaitanya Lila. I used to feel very uncomfortable with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I never knew this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Taking birth in India, I never knew this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So once I went to this senior devotee, Shankarananda Prabhu. He used to be a manager in New Lilananda temple. Now he is in San Jose. Very wonderful, highly qualified devotee. The contemporary of Yugal Kishore Prabhu. They all used to preach together. So I went and asked him, Prabhu, ये कौन है प्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु? I came to ISKCON temple, International Krishna consciousness. It's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everybody is singing Chaitanya Lila, Chaitanya Katha, Chaitanya this, Chaitanya that. What is going on? He said, in some time you will know. You will know. Of course, he also explained that no, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But wo girega nahi, that will not go inside. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? The importance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not go inside. You know when it will go inside? Can you even tell when it will go inside? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy will start getting into your life?
When you read.
Yes? Huh?
How will you know that?
That's what. When will it start going? Deepa Madhu?
When we realize the advertising.
Yes. Did you all hear that?
Yeah.
When you know how spiritual life, just Karnataka. Until then, we will not know. We will not know. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Everybody is saying something. I finished it. Still not done. Right? Okay, good. But how will you know how fallen you are is also possible only when you chant. Because chanting removes the dust, no? Say, no. It is removing the dust and it is showing. What is it showing? When the dust is removed, your real face will come out. Your real face will come out. Right? When pujaris open the temple door in the morning, when they go into the temple door, Garbhagudi, they go to the temple, how normally I am going to see God. See, I am going to open the door of God, I am going to see God. So immediately open and go, Hare Krishna, how beautiful, you know. And he is also, what is he thinking? I am so fortunate to do this. God also will think, God knows who we are, right? He knows our real face. Just imagine Krishna is waiting in the altar. His fellow is coming in, opening the door. You know, and he sees that he is thinking it's very great to be a pujari to open the door. Right? But Krishna knows how fallen we are. But he's not saying anything, he's just looking at us. Then we are, Krishna, I am now going to do Alankarana, I am going to put your new dress, all that. But when you make spiritual progress and you realize how fallen you are, and you open the door and you go inside, filled with Kama, filled with all fallen qualities. Krishna, please give me darshan. And then, when you keep that crying face, when you open the altar, then Krishna will do match the following. Fallen prayer, crying face. Okay, now you are okay. Come inside. Fallen prayer, Moham, okay. Both are matching. Now come inside. Then he is ready to accept your praise. अंदर आ रहे हैं ना? समझ में? हाँ? कितने बदसूरत हो तुम और कितने पापी हो, कितने कामी हो, ये दो मैच द फॉलोइंग होता है अंदर पे. Second listed devotees are because at least by then we are supposed to not that, you know, oh, you are qualified now that, oh, second initiated, now I am getting inside. No. Itna gira hai, when you get more realization, Guru will give second initiation. Okay, now you know how fallen you are. At least once there was big initiation ceremony happened. A lot of people are lined up. I am not there. My 6 to be oriented. What is second initiation? So Gauranga Prabhu was there. Okay. looked at everybody. Just like this, everybody is sitting. Okay, so you're all ready to become Brahmanas? People didn't know to say yes or no. Because you don't know what is Gauranga Prabhu up to. You're all ready to become Brahmanas? They're like, yeah. This Brahman section. You can never become Brahman. What do you know who is a Brahman? A Brahman is a person who is worshipped by the Supreme Lord. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya. Oh Brahman. You want to become that? You want to give, you give, don't give, don't give. Like, I mean, literally that is needed now. Because we feel initiation is a qualification. Now I am qualified. First initiation, qualified. Second initiation, double qualified. Right? We feel like that. But actually, when are you ready for initiation? When you know how fallen you are. If you're not getting initiated, that only means you're not ready because still you don't know
How far?
how fallen you are. That's all it is. Why will he initiate anybody? Why will Krishna allow us to enter the elite class of people coming back to Krishna? Right? Prabhu, you know what it means, right? If you get initiated, we are going back. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to. Prabhu, मेरे को लेके जाओ. No, really. If you don't have that faith, why are you getting initiated? What is the whole point? What is the point of getting initiated? That means you don't have faith on those acharyas on the altar. Prabhu, they are all whatever. They will stamp the visa. That means Radharani's visa stamp. Khatam. Krishna can tell no also. After going to Goloka, Krishna may not look at her face. Pura recommendation candidate. In Goloka. Without Krishna's permission, we can be taken to Goloka by those acharyas. They are more powerful than Krishna. You understand? That is the mercy given by himself to those acharyas as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are so fortunate because we are fortunate to be part of the parampara which is created by Krishna in the most merciful mood as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Most merciful mood. Of course, you can't cheat them. You can't cheat. Getting initiated doesn't mean without proper consciousness. If you do cheating in initiation, then you are in very big trouble. Very big trouble. Because you are cheating the most dear people of Krishna. Okay? Initiation is a very, very important. At the same time, it's very big responsibility also. Struggle is different from cheating. Don't combine these two things. This struggle is there. Cheating is you are not struggling, you are using the parampara. You are, how do I say that? You have no intention to go back to Krishna. You have no intention to purify yourself also. You have no intention to surrender also. But you are telling all these things you are to somebody in taking initiation. While taking initiation, you say, I will serve the moment of Srila Prabhupada in the mood of the servant of the servant of the servant. And you say that my mind, body and soul, everything is yours. And you should mean that. What is more important than this? When your mind, body and soul is given to somebody, what is more important than this? Your family? Which is your family? What is your family? This is your family. Prabhu, you have taken another birth. What is your family? What about that family? You try to bring that family also. But that family is not your family. That is your family. But in a way it is not. You understand? Don't carry that sentimental feeling that, oh, blood relation. Even mosquito has blood relation with you. Don't get into that dilemma, oh, blood relation. Right? No blood relation. Right? We are related in our consciousness. What is your family? This is my family. This society, you are all my family. This is the family. This is the family of Krishna. You are all here so attentively hearing because you are part of this family. Barwala sunte hai kya? Will they hear? Interesting. But you are all interested because you are part of this family. And you should be reminded that again and again that I am part of this family. And this family is created by Swayam Krishna. And here the most merciful form of Krishna, this is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is a great Kirtanier, his name is Gauravani Prabhu. Once he was doing Kirtan. How many heard his Kirtan? Gauravani Prabhu? Yeah, wonderful Kirtan. You should hear sometime. So, he is an American and he is the son of Prabhupada disciple. So, he was singing Kirtan. He was like, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And then he went on, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We're just going on like that. People are wondering, what is this? He's not going back to Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. What's it? Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. He completely went into meditation where he was seeing the Kirtan. And then, after the Kirtan, with tears in his eyes, he said, Prabhu, the most merciful part of this entire mantra is Gaura Bhakta. More than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gaura Bhakta. So when we are chanting that mantra, remember that our entire connection, entire security, entire dependence is on the last three words. Gaura Bhakta. Right? They are the people who are carrying us, forgiving all our mistakes. They are so merciful, forgiving all the mistakes. So arrogantly we behave in front of our gurus also. So arrogantly we behave. But they are so patient. They are so merciful. They try to take us back without any conditions. You are following? Krishna puts conditions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most Mahavadanya avatar, but then his devotees are extraordinarily merciful. So with that mercy, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking this Leela of Bharat Maharaj in 5th canto. And it's actually a very, very instructive chapter. 5th canto, chapter 7 and chapter 8. Chapter 8 is what I wanted to discuss today. But I have to tell a little about chapter 7 before the chapter 8. Because to know the greatness of Bharat Maharaj. Right? So the shlokas, the meter is a little difficult in this chapter. So I'll just repeat the word by word of the first shloka, then we'll focus on translations and purpose. Okay? Shri Sukha Uvacha
Shri Sukha Uvacha
Bharatastu Mahabhagavato
Bharatastu Mahabhagavato
Yada Bhagata Vanitala Yada Bhagavata Vanitala Paripalanaya Sanchentitas Sadat Anushasana Para Panchajanim Vishwarupa Duhitaram Upayeme inspiration and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. I'll just read, you don't have to repeat. Sukadeva Goswami continued speaking to Maharaj Bharat. My dear king, Bharat Maharaj was a topmost devotee. Remember this sentence. Who is Sukadeva Goswami? Son of? Right? And somebody who is not touched by the three modes of material nature. Even though he is in the material world, the three modes of material nature cannot touch him. That is assurance which he came. And when he is making a statement, that has to be a big statement. And he is saying, Bharat Maharaj was a topmost devotee. Following the orders of his father, who had already decided to install him on the throne, he began to rule the earth accordingly. When Bharat Maharaj ruled the entire globe, he followed the orders of his father and married Panchajani, the daughter of Vishwarupa. Who is the father of Bharat Maharaj? Rishabh. Who is Rishabh? Krishna. He is one Krishna. Right? So, if you see, Bharat Maharaj is directly coming from Krishna. Very, very pure person. Not an ordinary person, right? If somebody says you are son of Krishna, son of Krishna is not a joke. Right? Because you are directly coming from Krishna. So Bharat Maharaj was like that. He was a pure devotee. Obviously, all the pure values were given. And he ruled the entire globe. So he was not an ordinary person. Recently one person was discussing with me, one devotee, that somebody is challenging him in Bhakti. His friend is challenging, why are you going to satsang? This Krishna consciousness is all about Bharat Varsha only. Bharat Varsha means India only. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita for India only. Whenever he says Bharata, that's India only. Then I was telling, this is only because of Ajnana. Here is Bharat Maharaj who was ruling the entire world, entire globe. When you say Bharata Varshe, Bharata Khande, what is that Bharata Varsha? Globe. Right? It's not like our India, which got partitioned. So Bharata got partitioned now. Bharata never gets partitioned. Entire globe belongs to Bharata. Bharat Maharaj ruled the entire globe. Earlier this was known as some other name. I forgot that name. Ilavasha. But later on, after Bharat Maharaj ruled, it became Bharatvarsha. Okay? Let's go second translation. Just as the false ego creates the subtle sense objects, Maharaj Bharata created 5 sons in the womb of Panchajani, his wife. These sons were named as Sumati, Rashtrabrata, Sudarshana, Avarana, and Dhumrake. They had 5 sons. Look at the interpretation of, Sukadeva Goswami. Just as false ego creates the subtle sense objects, right? Like that, he created 5 sons. So unimaginable allegoric explanation. Text 3. Formerly, this planet was known as Ajnava Varsha, but since Maharaj Bharata's regime, it has become known as Bharata Varsha. Okay. Prabhupada is saying this planet was formerly known as Ajanava because of the regime of the king Nabi. After Bharat Maharaja ruled the planet, it became celebrated as Bharata Varsha. Okay. Text 4. Maharaj Bharata was a very learned and experienced king on this earth. He perfectly ruled the citizens, being himself engaged in his own respective duties. Maharaj Bharata was as affectionate to the citizens as his father and grandfather had been, keeping them engaged in their occupational duties. He ruled the earth. Right? Can somebody read the purport? Here the mic. Second mic. Where is the second mic?
Purport, His Divine Grace A.C. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It is most important that the chief executive rule the citizens by keeping them fully engaged in their respective occupational duties. Some of the citizens were Brahmanas, some were Kshatriyas, and some were Vaishyas and Sudras. It is the duty of the government to see to that the citizens act according to the material divisions for their spiritual advancement. No one should remain unemployed or unoccupied in any way. One must work as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Sudra on the material path and on the spiritual path. Everyone should act as Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, or Sannyasi. Although partly the government was a monarchy, all the kings were very affectionate toward the citizens and they strictly kept them engaged in their respective kingdoms. Therefore, society was very smoothly conducted.
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada explaining how Bharat Maharaj's ruling was, right? So everybody according to their varna was engaged in those particular duties. And everybody was satisfied. And in every varna you can go back to the Krishna. Right? That was the beauty in which he ruled. Text 5. Why are we reading this chapter? To understand the greatness of Bharat Maharaj. But the real chapter we want to read is the next chapter. Right? So I'm going a little fast here. Yeah, can somebody read the translation? Text 5. Subhapru.
Krishna. Translation is Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Jain. With great faith, King Bharata performed various respects one day of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Bharat Maharaj worshipped the Supreme Personality.
Hare Krishna.
Bharat Maharaj worshipped the Supreme Personality of God. So he was following not one kind of Rata. He was following multiple. It's not easy.
To test the proper execution of the sacrifice. Because there was no purpose killing the animal. Actually, the animal was fire, rejuvenated land. Generally, animal in the fire, and it would come out again in a useful body. Some of the rituals, however, did not require animal sacrifice. In the present age, animal sacrifices are forbidden, as stated by the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the age of Kali, the offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a young sacrifice, the acceptance of the order of sannyasa, the offering of oblation of flesh to the forefathers, and a man begetting children in his brother's wife. Such sacrifices are impossible in this age due to this scarcity of Brahmanas, Ritvijan, who were responsibility. In the absence of these, the Sankirtana Yoga commanded. Yajna Sankirtana Tejati Sunyadesa. After all, sacrifices are executed to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yajnatha Karma. Such activities should be carried out for the Supreme Lord's pleasure. In this age of the Supreme Lord, in his incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, should be worshipped with his associates by practice of Sankirtan Yajna, the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. The process is accepted by intelligent men. Yajnata Sankirtana Hare Yajanti is the word Sumedasa refers to the intelligent man who possesses very good brain substance.
Very well. So the word Sumedasha refers to intelligent men who possess very good brain substance. Prabhupada is making it clear that the people who chant, people with good brain substance. Right? Of course, we never used to chant now, but we used to chant because we have some brain. Brain is there, and slowly the substance is becoming purified. Okay? So it is coming to a better stage. So here Prabhupada is saying that the yajnas that were performed by Bharat Maharaj cannot be repeated now. Primarily because, of course, they were all only like animal sacrifice. It's being told it is in Kali Yuga. Why? I mean, what kind of animal? Prabhupada is clarifying. Old animal, almost going to die, and performed to prove that the yajna is successful. Right? If the animal doesn't come back, you have killed the animal. You will take animal body next life. How do you want to take that yajna? Impossible. In Kali Yuga, if you sacrifice, If the sacrifice goes correct, animal will come out. If sacrifice doesn't go correct, software engineer will come out. Worse than animal. Animal also knows when to eat, when to sleep. This fellow doesn't know that also. So never do animal sacrifice in Kaliuga. Of that animal sacrifice. So point is, concluding, saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us Sankirtan movement. So you don't have to catch animals, run behind anything like that. Just sit down and chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Let's hear more about Bharat Maharaj. Text 6.
Translation. After performing the preliminaries of various sacrifices, Maharaj Bharata offered the results in the name of religion to Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. In other words, he performed all the yajnas for the satisfaction of Lord Vasudeva Krishna. Maharaj Bharata, though that since the demigods were different parts of Vasudeva's body, he controlled those who are explained in the Vedic mantras. By thinking in this way, Maharaj Bharata was freed from all material contamination such as attachment, lust and greed. When the priests were about to offer the sacrificial ingredients into the fire, Maharaj Bharata expertly understood how the offering made to different demigods was simply an offering to different limbs of the Lord. For instance, Indra is the arm of Supreme Personality of Godhead and Surya, the sun, is his eyes. Thus, Maharaj Bharata considered the obligations offered to different demigods were actually offered into the different limbs of Lord Vasudeva.
Now, one thing to observe here, Bharat Maharaj had full clarity. He was not a Mayavadi. He was not a Karmakandi. While doing all the sacrifices, he had full clarity. Everything, Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. He was very clear. Everything is going to Krishna only. Right? Bhukta Yajna Tapasam Sarva Loka. Everything is going to him only. Everything is being done for him only. So, Bhagavatam is clearly explaining what kind of a devotee was Bharat Maharaj. He was a king ruling the entire globe. At the same time, he was a great devotee. Raja Rishi. Right? You can skip this purport. Let's go forward. Same thing is mentioned, Raja Rishi, as you can see. Just like Maharaj, I told the essence of it. Text 7.
Hare Krishna. In this way, he purified by ritual the heart of completely uncontaminated. Unto Vasudeva, Lord increased after day. Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is the original personality of Godhead, manifest as the super soul Paramatma, as does the impersonal Brahman. Yogis meditate upon the localized Paramatma situated in the heart. Jnanis worship the Brahman as the supreme absolute truth. And devotees worship Vasudeva, personality of Godhead, whose transcendental body is described in the Shastra. His body is decorated with the Srivatsa, the Kaustubha jewel, and the flower garland. His hands hold a conch shell, club, and lotus flower. Devotees like Narada always think of him within their hearts.
Self-explanatory. Text 8.
Translation from the is this fixed the time for Maharaj Bharata's enjoyment of material opulence at 1,000 times 10,000 years. When that period was finished, he retired from family life and divided the wealth he had received from his forefathers among his sons. He left his paternal home, the reservoir of all opulence, and started for Pulaha Ashrama, which is situated in Haridwar. The Salagrama Shilas are obtained there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So according to the law of Daya Bhag, when one inherits an estate, he must hand it over to the next generation. So Bharata Maharaj did this properly. First he enjoyed the paternal property for 1,000 times 10,000 years. So tell me what is that number?
1 crore.
Huh? 1 crore, huh? 10,000 into 10,000 into 1,000.
100 lakhs.
100 lakhs. 1 crore. How can you imagine living for 1 crore years? Not days. Huh? In Hyderabad traffic. 1 crore years. You know, he had got the whole globe. What was the property? No, there is no sub-register register. Entire globe. Where is the question of MRO, registrar, my land, your share? Nothing. Right? Entire globe is his only. And he handed over the entire globe to his sons. And Prabhupada is saying that is the right way to do it. These days, parents are very scared to give anything to their children. Because that much confidence they have in their children. Isn't it? If I give the house to this fellow, the first person will be thrown out of the house is me. Right? Because who produced that great child? Me. Who gave those great values to that child? Me. Who deserves to be kicked out first? Me. Who decided that international school? Who decided that post-graduation super certificate education? Me. Who went to his graduation ceremony with a lot of happiness? Me. Who will he kick out the first person from the house? Are you not convinced? Yes. It is the situation is like that because they are very independent. Huh? Don't think parents are not thinking right. They are actually thinking right. If you give your properties to your children, first person they'll kick out is you only. They'll use it for whatever nonsensical purposes because that is what you have shown them. That is what you have shown them. Right? How we spend money? Prabhu, can clear the way. Can everybody come inside? Throda andar aa jao. Thoda. Come close. Like we always say, the devotee is going to take you back to Godhead. He is sitting in front of you. Go close to him. You are not sitting in front of him. Please take me back. So, yeah, because that is how we have brought them up. That is what they will do. There is no confidence, right? But here is Bharat Maharaj. While he was alive, don't think he was in old age like many of us, or we are getting the feeling. Perfectly fit. Perfectly fit. Once His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj was saying, in Chopati when they were giving a lecture, he was saying, don't give your bodies when they are useless to Krishna. Right? Don't give your useless bodies to Krishna. Pura vriddha wise, everything gone. Aadha dant ud gaya, kamar ud gaya. Right? All, whatever diseases, 20 tablets in the morning, 15 in the evening. And then you are going to Krishna, I have surrendered to you. Krishna says, Father, I gave you such a good body, you could have given it to me at the right time. Right? Now you are coming to me and I am your devotee now. There is a Telugu saying, Vruddha Nari Pativrata. You know the meaning of this? Right? A woman is very, very chaste, very, very dedicated, very, very humble, very, very respectful, very, very serving to her husband when she becomes useless. Because nobody else will look at her face. Right? Nobody, she is not attractive to anybody. Then I will become chaste to my husband. Is that chastity? Once His Holiness Devavata Swami Maharaj was saying, he went to New Zealand. He told this one in lecture. He went to New Zealand, and a very remote town in New Zealand. He was giving a lecture. I told this, right? I think necessary I told you. Anyway, so he went to this remote village in New Zealand. Remote, meaning 23 houses, like that. Whole village. And he was giving lecture there, and all devotees were sitting, and some new people, whatever. One very attractive girl was sitting. Now hearing that Maharaj in the lecture, he was like, he told, his lectures are very bold, directly on the point. He told, one very attractive girl was sitting, really young and attractive. And after the lecture, People are coming and talking to Maharaj that, thank you for coming, nice lecture, this, that. That girl also came. So Maharaj asked her, you look to be very young. You look to be very beautiful. And she, actually in the introduction, she told Maharaj asked, so what's your situation? She said, I'm married, but my husband, he works in army, so he has gone, to the base location wherever. Once in a year he comes. Once in a year he comes and meets me, and that's my life. I'm waiting for next another 8-9 months he'll come. Then Maharaj asked the question, you look to be so beautiful. You are so young. How do you control your temptations? Because I'm sure people will approach you. Right? You're attractive, you're available, your husband is not there. And somebody will come and propose to you or approach you. But you are maintaining, so nicely that you are so dedicated to your husband. Right? I'm really amazed. Maharaj praised her. I'm really amazed that instead of being so beautiful, so young, your husband is not here. 1 year plus he's gone, but you are maintaining and you're saying that you have a husband. You are really great. And you know what that Mataji told? Actually, Swamiji, there is nobody else in this village. Only old people live here. so Maharaj is saying, so what? So that means if somebody is there is opportunity will have gone. समझ रहे हैं ना? इसको बोलते हैं वृद्ध नारी पतिव्रता. समझ रहे हैं? Example. You are chaste not because you are chaste, because you don't have choice. Ravan was very dedicated to Mandodari on some days in a week. Other days, right? Other days he was woman hunting. Anywhere he saw anybody, his own brother's daughter-in-law he didn't spare. Ramba, right? Kuvera's daughter-in-law, he didn't spare. So you can imagine, being chaste is not something that a quality that we have to work on. It doesn't come by itself. You should understand who you are. So anyway, so here is, I don't know why I went in that direction. Why I went? I forgot. So he handed over.
We should offer our body when it is young.
We should offer. Thank you, Prabhu. Jayadvath Maharaj was saying, yes. Thank you. From there I went to New Zealand. so we should offer our body when we are young. When we can stand and do the arti properly. Right? It should not do arti at a stage where looking at you, God will do your arti. Sakka nilavadu noduttaledu. Right? Anyway, so text 9. कौन पढ़ रहा है? Yes, ma'am.
And Pula Ashram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, out of his transcendental affection for his devotee, becomes visible to his devotee, satisfying his devotee's desires.
Hare Krishna. So God is appearing to Bharat Maharaj. ऐसा नहीं Bharat Maharaj is going and doing some tapasya in some ashram and he retired. He said, Prabhu, Krishna appeared to him. Meaning, what kind of advanced devotee should be? Make a note of all this, because next chapter is going to be, you're going to hear something very important. Sukadeva Goswami is declaring that he is a great devotee. He was performing everything with full clarity that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He gave away everything without any attachment while he was alive. And Supreme Lord also gave darshan to him. हो गया काम? Success in life? नहीं हुआ. आगे देखिए मालूम चलेगा. Text 10.
In Pulaha Ashrama is the Gandaki river, which is the best of all rivers. The Shaligram Shila, the marble pebbles, purify all those places. On each and every marble pebble, up and down, circles like navels are visible.
Yeah. So what Shaligram Shila is being mentioned here, so is to worship that. That is a place he was there. Yeah.
Hare
Next.
Krishna.
Yes, Lord.
In the gardens of Pulaha Ashram, Maharaj Bharat lived alone. and collected a variety of flowers, twigs, and tulsi. He also collected the water of the Gandaki river, as well as various roots, fruits, and bulbs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
One more thing. What is the one more? All material desires were vanished. Meaning he had no material desire. There is no desire to enjoy anything in this world. Confirmed by Sukadeva Goswami. Understand? So can you repeat what all great things we heard about Bharat Maharaj? Number one? Sukadeva Goswami declared as a pure devotee. Next? Full clarity. Next? He got darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gave away everything. Because no material desires. पूरा सुने ना? हो गया ना? Will we all reach this position someday? Huh? Don't know. Who told that don't know?
We are very poor.
I know. I will never reach. Putta clarity to aa gaya. And that is we were discussing in the beginning of the class, right? Unless you realize that there is no chance, you will not understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And don't worry, it will come naturally. You don't have to force it. It will automatically come. Will be Trinada peace will happen. Mananiya Manadena will also happen. Then automatically we'll realize one day. Okay, anyway, next.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
That most exalted devotee, Maharaja Bharata, in this way engaged constantly in the devotional service of the Lord. Naturally, his love, the hairs of his body stood up and all the ecstatic bodily symptoms were manifest. Tears flowed from his eyes so that he could not see anything. Thus, he constantly meditated on the reddish water of the Lord. At that time, his heart was filled with water of ecstatic love. When his
own spiritual potential.
Right? So it kept the legs inside. After some time, the Sheikh was sleeping, he was shivering. What is going on? He opened his eyes, he can see the stars. He can see the moon. But then moon is very important. Huh? What happened? Where is the tent? The camel lifted the tent, went south and sat inside the tent. This one was sleeping in the desert. Right? Looking at the sky. What did I do? I just allowed camel to keep its head inside with good intention only. Right? After put the example, when you are going in a traffic, it is a good intention to maintain distance between you and the front vehicle. Is that true? But what happens if you maintain the distance? One auto will coming between. That is how Maya will come. Thoda gap diya, Maya will catch you. And you will not even know. You will not even know that. That's the beauty. And even when devotees tell also, you will not know. Prabhuji, don't speak to me like that. I know what I am doing in the scripture. Have you heard this dialogue anywhere? I hear it every 1 month. One new ticket will fly. And I will go to that person, beg, Prabhuji, Prabhuji, it's difficult to tell that you have fallen, right? Because you are also fallen. Right? So you go and tell, Prabhuji, I can't tell that you have fallen. So what will it? Prabhuji, please come to satsang. No? Prabhu, I will come, Prabhu. You should understand, Prabhu. Things are going on, Prabhu. You should understand. Already agreed, that's one. You are trying to save. क्या करोगे? उससे क्या बोलो? Next dialogue बोलो. क्या बोलो? Prabhu, you are missing your Prabhu. Your lotus face is missing, Prabhu. Please come, Prabhu. Prabhuji, I come, Prabhuji, you go. Right? Next, क्या बोलो? आना पड़ेगा. हाँ? आना पड़ेगा, मारेगा. Right? Prabhu, I'm telling you, once Maya takes you over, they are already banned, bach gaya, khatam. Devotees will try a lot, but there are many who go through a lot and then they come back. Why is devotee coming and trying to call you back? Because he doesn't want you to go through what you are going to go through. Right? You try. Prabhu, you can literally see the presence of Maya. Right? In somebody else also. Of course, you can see in yourself also, but you can literally see that when somebody is saying, and they start giving reasons. Prabhu, job is very busy. You should understand. Bro. Layoff chal raha hai. Are you are already laid off now? Layoff में layoff कैसे होगा? You are in the material world means what? You are laid off from spiritual world. है कि नहीं? What layoff are you talking about here? No, bro, I am very busy. My son's exams are going on. अरे नी exams हैं तेरा? My daughter's marriage is getting fixed. You are already fixed in this material world. What marriage are you trying to fix here? Come to satsang. Prabhuji, you should understand there are some health problems. That is the reason I am telling you, you don't have much time. You know, you try. Prabhu, in my little experience in Krishna consciousness, I can write a book on reasons that you can hear to not come to satsang. One Mataji told, Prabhuji, too many signals, Prabhuji. Traffic signals. Hare Krishna. Now you are asking Krishna to manage traffic signal also. And he does it also. Krishna is so merciful. Right when you have reached, he will change the red into green. Go, I'm managing everything. Still I will give reason. Prabhuji, my wife, Prabhuji, is not understanding. So what is new about it? What is new about it? She is anyway not understanding. You come into spiritual life also, she is not understanding. Where are you giving that reason? Right? Oh, reason. कुछ भी बोलो, नहीं सुनाई दे. Don't laugh, huh? हम सभी लोगों का बैंड बजने वाला है. Telling you, this test will come to each one of you, and I'll talk to you only. I'll come Prabhuji, I'll hear a new reason. Right? This is the reason. My parents are not understanding. Really? Huh? Today, Praveen Prabhu was sharing. No, yesterday, Swamata was sharing. They gave a class on modes of material nature. And one of the things you are forced to tell is food in Tamoguna, food in Sattoguna. And during the discourse, because we feel that we have left onion garlic, we feel that achievement, we also tell. I do that. We left onion, garlic. Opposite fellow is thinking, hey, what is this? How can I live without onion and garlic? Right? But anyway, we should only tell that also. But then it so happened that their entire satsang went into a risk of getting closed because of onion and garlic. Right? They're telling, how can you live without onion and garlic? As if you came out of your mother's womb, nurse took you out with 2 onion and garlic. Right? That's how people feel. So today Mataji, they do 2 satsangs, one in Tridasha and another in Ankura. She made one dum biryani without onion and garlic, right? Hyderabadi dum biryani without onion and garlic for morning satsang because it has to be hot. Naalke yaltane mada vastadi kada. Passion. Padaleda naalke. So in the morning she made that. Then after that, for the second satsang, again she made that. Just to convince that you can exist, you can experience something without onion and garlic. Hare. All glories to Prabhupada. That is mercy of a devotee, right? Just saying is not enough. Doing it. Showing it with example. Showing it with example. How much we care for you. Who cares what you are eating? Who cares? Devotees care. That is the reason Gaura Bhakta. This is Gaura Bhakta. Meaning what? I want to make sure I give my best to convince this soul that don't try to find happiness elsewhere, happiness is here. Please come. Preaching means this only, na? Preaching doesn't mean lecture de diya, band baja diya. I told my part, you suffer now. That's not the point. Right? Making the opposite person feel worthless in 1 hour is possible through preaching. After you are preaching, he will think this fellow is worthless. I will not feed him only. Right? He will come from left and go to right. I went and told hello. He started with Janma Mrityu Jaravedi. When Chaitanya Chandra was telling us, in his initial days, when he was traveling in bus, to his office, by mistake one person came and asked him, "What are you chanting?" It was a 40-minute bus or 50-minute bus, something like that. He gave all the 12 sessions of SSR in 40 minutes. Right from what is the difference between you and animal? Why your human birth is important? And Prabhupada was saying, that fellow was flabbergasted. What is going on with you? What did I do? Why did I ask? Right? And after that he was missing. Next day he was not there in the bus only. Prabhupada was wondering either he relocated or company relocated. Imagine our impact of our preaching. What we can do to living entities. Right? So, preaching means not speaking, Prabhu, preaching means doing. Sacrifice. Complete sacrifice. And preaching is not like, nobody changes looking at your face. Are you convinced on that? Will anybody change looking at your lotus face? Your spouse has not changed. What will change the world? Agree? You mohal jusara martara. Everybody lift your mobile. Lift na. I want you to experience realization. More important. Press the camera button. Please do it once. While I say this, don't look at me. I'll tell you. Right? नंद जोड़ेंगे कैमरा मोहन जोड़े कैमरा में अपना सूरत देखो देख रहे नहीं देख रहे कई लोग डर रहे नहीं देखा मेरे को पता नहीं क्या बोलेगा प्रभु जी just look at that face bro माता जी is अनिपिस्तुन्नदा that somebody will be impressed looking at that nose forget about what's inside that nose right? Those eyes, that hair, half dead. Really you feel? Huh? And with this face, okay, you can come back, you can look at me now. With this face, you are going to preach that Krishna consciousness, people will believe in you? No. Only through selfless service. Only through selfless service, we can send the message of Krishna. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is famous why? He is Dasanudas. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasanudas Sevadhikara Narottam Sevadhikara? Seva Abhilashi Kare Narottam. So he is Dasanudas. He is coming here to serve his devotees to bring them to Krishna. Who are we to sit here, give a lecture and bring them to Krishna? Right? It's a service. Very, very important. So here is Bharat Maharaj. His first, I'll say, attack of Maya in the form of a deer near a river Gandaki. Okay? Are you ready? So, text 3.
Hare Krishna. While the doe was drinking with great satisfaction, a lion, which was very close, roared very loudly, This was frightful to every living entity, and it was hard by the dove.
Yeah. So the lion, how many of you heard lion doing that? I mean, like shouting? Huh? You heard that, right? In some zoo you would have heard, right? But good thing is there is something between you and the lion. Just imagine it doing it when nothing is there. Right? Can't you imagine? It's ready. Text 4.
Translation. By nature, the doe was always afraid of being killed by others, always looking above suspiciously. When it heard the lion's tumultuous roar, very agitated. Looking here and there with disturbed eyes, the doe, although it had not fully satisfied itself by drinking water, suddenly
Scary. And now the lion has literally shouted in front of it. You can imagine what it would have gone through, right? Just, so it suddenly leaped across the river, tried to jump in that. Text 5.
The doe was pregnant, and when it jumped out of fear, the baby deer fell from its womb into the flowing waters of the river.
Hare Krishna. Just, it is not supposed to do too much. Bird is pregnant. Male goes around for food. The female is sitting there. Even animals, when the pregnancy time comes, they don't go and do any work. But we, human beings, we are working in Microsoft, Amazon, carrying this much kamak, saying this is my prime duty. Right? We don't know how to take care of ourselves. So much we are risking. Why so many people are having miscarriages, so many disordered children are coming? Because you are torturing them inside the stomach. It's a big topic in itself. What we are eating, how we are treating ourselves, what kind of mental pressures you are going through when you are pregnant. Very, very important. Why our ancestors were so intelligent, so healthy? Because the pregnant women were really taken care. Harikatha used to happen every day. But here the deer, look at the poor deer, it was pregnant and the fear was so much, it jumped and the baby fell out. The baby fell out and it fell directly into the water. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhupada is saying there is every chance of woman's having a miscarriage if she experiences some ecstatic emotion or is frightened. Pregnant women should therefore be spared from all external influences. Prabhupada is saying. Text 6.
Being separated from the flock and distressed by its miscarriage, the black doe, having crossed the river, was very much distressed. Indeed, it fell down in the cave and died immediately.
Hare Krishna. Just imagine. The deer left its child in the water while it jumped. So it's in the air when the child fell into the water. It crossed the river, it looked back, its child is flowing. Just now born child is flowing in the river. And it is so much fearful that the lion is still there. And in that fear, out of fear, it died. Animals die out of fear. I don't know how many of you know this. I have seen many times. Rabbits, especially rabbits. Thoda they get feared, they die. You don't have to do anything. Just, they become scared, they'll die like that. So the deer died. And all this is being watched by whom? Text 7.
Hare Krishna. The great King Bharata, while sitting on the bank of river, saw the small deer, bereft of its mother, floating down the river. Seeing this, he felt great compassion. Like sincere friend, he lifted infant deer from the waves and, knowing it to be motherless, brought out to his ashrama.
Would you do this? Yes, we all will do it. We should do it, right?
Yes.
The child has fallen, motherless. It can be eaten by the lion also. It's fresh, young. Actually, lions and leopards and cheetahs, they enjoy the just born babies of animals. Because they're easily catchable, number one. And second, they are so tender. Oh, people who eat non-vegetarian, they order for tender meat. I don't want to say that, but that is how they can understand what I am speaking. Right? But here is the situation. Hare Krishna. Can somebody read the everything okay? Okay. Yeah. Can somebody read the purport? No, this is okay. Don't need to read. Text 8.
Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gradually, Maharaj Bharata became very affectionate toward the deer. He began to raise it and maintain it by giving it grass. He was always careful to protect it from the attacks of tigers and other animals. When it itched, he petted it, and in this way he always tried to keep it in a comfortable condition. He sometimes kissed it out of love. Being attached to raising the deer, Maharaja Bharata forgot the rules and regulations for the advancement of spiritual life, and he gradually forgot to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After a few days, he forgot everything about his spiritual advancement.
Hare Krishna. Would you do this? You also do it. We'll pet the deer, we'll keep it with us, we'll kiss it also. Right? And then whenever it was scared, you'll cuddle it also. Till then everything is okay. But then what happened now? Slowly, he forgot the rules and regulations for advancement in spiritual life. His sadhana got affected. He got too attached to that baby deer. He started thinking that it's totally dependent on me. Please mark my words. The doe is totally dependent on me. I have to take care of this. Who else is there except me? What if the tiger eats it? What if I am not there for some time? What will happen to it? Right? To a materialistic person, this conversation will still not sound anywhere wrong. And even to a person, a devotee also, it will not sound wrong. Once again I am repeating. Who are we dealing with here? What are the qualifications he has? Devotee declared by Sukadeva Goswami. Took darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Completely detached. I am repeating this because we are forgetting who are we dealing with. So that is the main important, right? Why did I read the 7th chapter before the 8th? Because we should know who are we dealing with here. Because sometimes we think we are better than Bharat Maharaj. The goal of this chapter is to remind us that if it can happen to him, what about me? Right? That is the goal of this discussion. Okay. So here is Bharat Maharaj. He gradually forgot the virtue of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because he didn't have time. He had to take care of the deer. He had to take it. He had to, even when the deer had to go and urinate, he would go with it. When he had to go and urinate, he would take the deer with him. Because if he is not there, lion can come. So Radhesham Prabhu gave a wonderful lecture on this. I want you to hear it. You can just go to YouTube and say Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 8. Radhesham Prabhu. You get a 1.5 hour lecture. They beautifully explained that what is the difference between attachment and affection. There is a big difference. Attachment and we should be affectionate, but we should not be attached. But most of the time we become attached because we don't know the difference. We don't know the difference. Are you affectionate to your children or are you attached to your children? You should ask that question to yourself. If your children go through some difficult times, we will also face the pain. But if you are affectionate, you will give them courage to go through that pain. But if you are attached, you will make them feel that they don't deserve to go through that pain. Right? Very thin line, very, very thin line. Right? We make them feel privileged. Radhesham Prabhu gave an example. I'll just repeat that. He said, in a very funny, jovial way, he said, that Raja Pro's father was a millionaire, he told. Same as the lecturer was giving. My father is a millionaire. Right? And when I was very young, I went to my father and told I want a new pencil. And my father told, bring me your old pencil, then I'll give a new pencil. I want to see how much you finish that pencil. And I said, I just want a pencil. Give me a new pencil. My old pencil got over. No, you bring the old pencil, then only I'll give you the new pencil. And Raja Prabhu said, Arey, you are a millionaire. Why are you making such a big deal of one pencil? He said, no. I need to know what happened to the old pencil. Then Prabhuji went and searched his entire trunk and this and that, and finally in one book he found the old pencil. And he brought that pencil to his father and said, here is the pencil, now give me the new pencil. He looked at that pencil, this still can be used, use it. This still can be used, something more is left. Right? And Prabhuji was saying, this is affection and not. You should learn that. Now you think, are you attached to your children or are you affectionate to your children? Are you giving them whatever they want or are you actually making them a better person? And Prabhuji made a bold statement. He said, any child who is brought up with so much attachment cannot become any leader in his life. You are killing the leadership quality in your child by being attached, by giving them whatever they want, in any way they want. Don't expect them to become a leader. And who is responsible for that? You. Nana, I want to eat something. Order. Order. Right? What do you think he'll become? He'll not become a leader. He'll not respect you for anything. Does it mean for everything we should say no? No. But we should tell them the value of what they are getting. Even though you are a millionaire, even though you are a billionaire, you are not going to give anything just like that because you have money. Because why you have money? Why you have money? Not because you worked hard, not because you are wearing Nike shoes, just do it and you got it. No. Because your good karma is there. That's all. In past life you did some good karma. For that you got a job. For that is why you are vice president. That is why you are getting 1 crore, 2 crore salary. That's all it is. You begin here. And if your bad karma is coming now, one H1B visa is $100,000. Right? Latest. Your bad karma will come like this. Like this. So many people committed suicide. So many people committed suicide when COVID came. Not from Pulaya software. Not from Pochaya technologies. From where? Big companies. They were all working in big companies. And they were getting big money. And when they lost their jobs and there was no hope of getting one more, and their parents have not taught them any austerity in life. They only knew credits. They never knew that there can only be debits. They committed suicide. Many of them. Poor people never commit suicide. Have you seen poor people commit suicide? Huh? What is there to commit suicide? Already everything is gone. Have you seen any security guard working for 12,000 rupees committing suicide? Or is in depression? He'll history sit like that. Come. He is very happy. Who is in tension? Huh? The person in the car. The person in the car is in tension. See, am I speaking anything that is not being seen by all of you? You can see this, right? But still will not change. That is mine. Still we want to go and achieve something in our offices. I am not telling that you should not achieve in offices. Prabhu, you will achieve if your karma is good. You will not achieve if your karma is bad. Understand this principle that things are beyond you. And teach that to your children also. So here is, Bharat Maharaj, who forgot his main duty, thinking that he is taking care of the deer. He is not taking care of the deer. Deer had to go through its own karma. It had to lose its mother at the time of death. But he was so attached to the deer. You see, there is a difference. Prabhupada actually purport. You should read the purport of this. Yeah. Can somebody read the purport?
Perfect. From this we can understand how we have to be very cautious in executing our spiritual duties by observing the rules and regulations and regularly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If we neglect doing this, we will eventually fall down. We must rise early in the morning, bathe, attend Mangala Aarti, worship the deities, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, study the Vedic literatures and follow all the rules and prescribed by the acharyas and the spiritual masters. If we deviate from this process, we may fall down even though we may be very highly advanced as stated in Bhagavad Gita.
Yajnadana tapa karma na yajyam karyam eva tat yajnyodanam tapasyaiva pavanani manishinam.
Acts of sacrifice, charity and penances are not to be given up but should be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity and penances purify even the great soul. Even if one is in the renounced order, he should never give up the liberty principles. He should worship the deity and give his time and life to the service of Krishna. He should also continue following the rules and regulations of austerity and penances. These things cannot be given up. One should not think oneself very advanced simply because one has accepted the sannyasa order. The activities of Varta Maharaj should be carefully studied for one's spiritual advancement.
Prabhupada is saying, even if you have accepted sannyasa order, you should be very careful. What to speak of the order in which we are. Right? Sannyasa order means you have declared that you are materially dead to the whole world. The only job you have to serve Krishna. Still in that order, you should be very careful. Many sannyasis here in ISKCON, they always take a servant with them. Why? Many senior devotees take a servant with them. Why? That servant will save them. Don't think you are saving the servant. That servant will save you. If you are not in association, you will do some nonsense. Of this there is no doubt. Right? You have to be in association. Otherwise, for example, I am conducting satsang, but I am not going to any satsang. Ho gaya there. There the Maya will start. Then you will start your own Gita, your own Bhagavatam, your own thing. At one point, what will happen? You will become empty. You can't give anything. People will realize his class is nothing but a reflection of his frustrations in life. They'll understand. No Bhagavat, no Leela, no Rasa. Then after that, you also cannot give. They'll also understand. You understand what I'm saying? Prabhu, we are here to repeat Krishna Leela, not our Edku. Not our Leela. Man Edku was an. You understand it? Very, very important. Association is our strength. And even sannyasis have to take that association. Bharat Maharaj forgot the goal of life. How important it is that you should remember your goal of life. Your goal of life is to go back to Krishna, is to develop Krishna prema. Please, everybody pay attention. He forgot that, and he forgot why he is affectionate towards that deer. What that affection should lead to. That affection should lead to that deer becoming a devotee. Somehow giving Krishna consciousness to the devotee. But that deer is an animal. How can you make that animal into a devotee? You cannot make an animal into a devotee, but you can give some prasad to that animal, and that's all your duty is. Does it mean I'll go and take and keep the deer in front of the line? Okay, I've given prasad, now this is your prasad. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not the way to look at it. Your limit of protecting any living entity is only to a certain point. After that, your business you should not forget. Our business you should not forget. Probably this is a very thin line between philanthropy and devotion. Very, very thin line. And you might think I am being nice to everybody. What is wrong in doing this? Is Krishna not seeing that I am doing so much for the living entities? But actually, you are thinking that you are doing it for the living entity. Krishna is not doing anything. That is the problem. That is the problem with philanthropy, right? I am feeding 10,000 people. You are not feeding 10,000 people. He is feeding. He only gave you the money. He only gave you the grains. He only gave everything. You are just supplying. That is Krishna consciousness. But that people forget. Same thing happened with one other devotee, Shivananda Sen. A great devotee who was an associate, used to live near Shiva Thakur's house in Mayapur. A devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would arrange for the travel of devotees to come from Mayapur to Puri to attend the Rath Yatra. He would do so many services. If I talk about Shivananda Sen, whole class will go. But I am just coming to the main point. So while he was doing this service of bringing so many devotees, once while he was coming from Mayapur taking all the paltan of devotees year on year, once one dog started walking along with devotees. They were doing Sankirtan and walking and coming from state after state, Bengal to Orissa to, from between many villages, and the dog is not leaving them. Dog is all the time there with the devotees. And Shivananda Sen saw that dog. And went, very nice. And there came a point where they have to cross the river. And further a boatman is there. Boatman said, I will not take this dog inside my boat. And Shivananda Sen said, no, it is a devotee. It might be in a dog's body, but it's a devotee. We have to take the dog into the boat. I will pay you. He paid the ticket for the dog. Some 10 annas or something like that. It's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he gave that money and he made sure the dog crossed the river and came till Puri. But one day, one of the devotees was serving prasad. He did not give prasad to the dog. And the dog went missing. And Shivananda Sen was searching, where is the dog? Where is the dog? Hey, where is the dog? Next day morning he is searching during the travel. Where is the dog? The dog was there all the time. It was so nice. He was enjoying the kirtan. It was coming to the devotees. All along it came, such a long distance. Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Then he said, go search now. He sent 200 people to search. Devotees said 200, Chaitanya said 10. But anyway, maybe many. But many people went for search of the dog and they could not find the dog. They could not find the dog. And Shivananda Sen was so upset. He was so upset that he did not eat that day. If the dog has not eaten, I will not also not eat. Right? But that didn't stop his journey from going to Puri. They went to Puri. And when they went to Puri, they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in Puri and he is eating coconut. And he threw the coconut and they saw that dog already reached Puri and it was eating the coconut. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had eaten, he threw, and that Mahaprasad of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's where Krishna, the dog is eating. And the dog ate that, and after eating that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, chant Hare Krishna. And the dog literally stood on its two legs, lifting its two other arms, chanted Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Looking at this, Shivananda Sen was amazed. How can a dog chant Krishna and Mahaprasad is God? How fortunate the dog is. Oh, so nice. And after that, they could not see the dog. Some say it died, it left. Over, na? After Krishna Prem, why you have to remain in Gachibowli? क्या प्लान है तुम लोगों का? कृष्ण प्रेम लेके रहने का प्लान है क्या? The day you get Krishna Prem, खत्म, finish. ये पहले क्यों नहीं बोला? Point is that, right? This whole life is for getting Krishna Prem. It got the Krishna Prem, it left. And Shivananda Sen was not affected by it. That is the difference.
We read recently also. Antelila, first chapter. We read recently in the morning.
Oh really? Hare Krishna. He was not affected by it. He was happy that he has done his part. He brought the deer to Mahaprabhu. He brought the deer to Puri. And he got the mercy. The dog is gone. Right? But what happened to Bharat Maharaj? He is not even thinking of taking the deer to Krishna. For him, the deer became more important than Krishna. Big difference. In the name of compassion, in the name of relationship, what did he do? He thought, I am the controller and protector of this deer and I am responsible for it. I am responsible for it. Prabhuji, we all have a deer in our life. You have to identify what the deer is. The deer is different for different of us. You have to identify what the deer is. I have to identify what the deer is. It can be a mobile phone also. Definitely it's one of the deer. Without that I cannot exist. Right? It can be your son, it can be your daughter, it can be your spouse, it can be your job, it can be your pride. Take a white paper and write down what are you proud about yourself. Write it down. Sincerely. What are you proud about yourself? In satsang you will tell no Prabhu. Outside you will tell. Big list is there. What are you proud about yourself? I'm a great mother. I think I'm a great father. I think I'm well educated. I think I'm a good worker in the office. I think my fitness level is very good. I think I'm better speaker than other speakers. I think I'm this, I think I'm that. Make that list. That list is your obstacle to go back to Krishna. Understand? That very list that you are proud of. The only thing you should be proud of is I am in association of devotees. Khatam. There is nothing else to be proud of. But problem is, to become proud of everything else, we carry it with us. That is the problem, right? When some devotee comes and suggests you something, immediately two horns will come, one snake will come, another session will come. One suggestion, immediate tap. You told my wife? Who are you to tell my wife? You told my husband? You are telling about my family? You are telling about this? Little more pressure. Answer without your mercy. Mercy, Prabhuji. One suggestion. My face. Why that change is happening? Because you are proud of something which you are not. And you want to retain that pride. And you feel insecurity that is losing. You will lose it. You understand what I'm saying? You are proud of something, and when somebody tells you, you feel the insecurity that you want to lose that. And then anger will come. Because you are attached, right? ध्यायतो विश्व पुंसान सांगस्य दुखदायते संगात संजायते काम क्रोधात् भवति समोह स्मृति भ्रमशा बुद्धिनाशा गच्छति ఇక్కడ చుబ్బలి బతుకులో రోజు పడపడగా రోజు ఏది ఎప్పుడు తింటావు మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ సార్ ఏం పుట్టింది నీకు? That is where the pride is, right? I am a Telugu person. Our goal of life is to go to America. Yesterday, half Andhra Pradesh, Telangana went into depression. Yes. Chilkur Balaji has become vacant. Nobody will go for visa now. Won't they $100,000?
100,000.
You see, you will see it with your own eyes now.
80 lakhs.
Huh?
80 lakhs will be empty now.
Temple will be empty. Pujari is thinking, ఏమైనా బాలాజీ వాట్ డిడ్ యు డు? బాలాజీ అంటే నేను కాదు, ప్రొపగేట్ చేసాడు. Right?
White House has to come and clarify.
It is clarified. Some suicide might have gone there.
Not every
Not every year, about once in one visa, once. Still people are in depression. Right? So, see, many of you don't know what is H1B visa. For us it is more important than Namakaran. The child is born. Before giving the name, they tell engineer Ramarao, doctor Subbarao. Right? First, what he become is decided. Right? So attachment is there. Attachment is there. We also want our children to become something. You tell me one something. Your children's future is there in your hands. Huh? What if your child become rowdy shooter? What if your child will become rowdy shooter? He will become MP or MLA. Agree? He will be in the parliament. Good, na? What is the problem? Will you be happy? You don't know. You don't know what he will do. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, why am I telling all this? Because this is where Maya is sitting. This whole chapter we can go through the remaining verses. But time is not there. I'll end it now. So the point is what? Bharat Maharaj, he got so attached to the deer, he was going with the deer everywhere, he was seeing the deer everywhere. At the time of his death, by the way, the deer left him in between. Deer also might have felt him. Your face doesn't match mine. I don't think you are my father. There is a verse in which Bharat Maharaj is saying that, for the deer, I am the only person it recognizes. Can you imagine? A person who knows the entire Vedas, the person who recited from Rig Veda, person who saw Narayan, person who is declared as the greatest devotee, who ruled the entire planet for 1 crore years, is thinking, the deer thinks that I am the only one who can save it. And it doesn't have a parent. I am the only parent. It cannot live without me. He got attached to a deer, left his 5 sons, capable children, born to a nice daughter of not Rishabhan, not daughter, anyway, wife first name Vishwarup. Daughter of Vishwarup was married to me. Such beautiful sons are there. He left his entire kingdom, detached from material wealth, and got attached to a deer. All happened in a scenic place called Gandaki River. Holy river, where Shaligram Shilas are flowing. People want to, I want to see Gandaki River, so nice, Shaligram. Really? Don't go alone. जिंदगी में एक बार गंदगी रिवर देखना है. उधर ही मछली बन के फिरोगे उसके अंदर. Maya can come anywhere, Prabhuji. In the name of compassion, in the name of gratitude, in the name of then what happened? The deer left him, and he was in separation of a deer. He was going here, he was going there, he was searching for deer, he's seeing deer in everything. He's seeing the child is missing. He became crazy. Can you believe it? You can believe it. We are all crazy behind our own deeds. He went completely crazy. And then what did he do? At the time of his death, old age, he's going to die. At the time of his death, he saw the deer sitting beside him. He didn't see Narayan. Narayan already gave darshan and went. Hare Krishna. He saw the deer. And he looked at the deer and finally you came to me. What is the result of that? He got a deer body. Congratulations, deer. You got a deer body. But Krishna, because he was a great devotee, gave him a benediction. What is the benediction? Even though you are in that deer body, you will remember. You will remember who you were in past life and what mistake you did. Prabhus and Matajis, so many people are attached to their dogs, especially in America. Now half India is also America, especially Gachibowli. Right? What do you think they'll become in next life? So whenever you see a speaker on the road, past life he was American. From Georgia state. Washington, DC. So be respectful, don't throw stone on him. Because he was so affectionate to his dog. That dog is in Georgia now. He became a dog, he got imported here. Offshore, no? He came. Just imagine what we can do with our life. Right? Just by being affectionate. I'll be affectionate to a lizard, to a dog, to a this. No problem, but that affection should lead to Krishna consciousness, is our point. We are not saying, Bhagavatam is not saying not to be affectionate. Bhagavatam is saying every living entity is part of Krishna. Vasudeva Kutumbakam includes animals and birds. But if we forget that fact, my children, my child, his future, his this, his that, what happened? In Bhagavatam, in another place, 8th canto, it says, no, let me not quote the canto, I read it very recently. It says that the father, after, that the person, after his father has died, searches for his father because of attachment. Keeps searching for him. Where is my father? How can he leave me? How can he leave me? And in that search, because he doesn't have soul consciousness, he is not Krishna conscious, and he tries to see that father in his grandson. And he becomes a son of his grandson. Continues in the same family. Right? It is crazy how our attachments can bring us the next body and how we are entangled and we are staying in this world even right now. Don't think you are born just like that. We didn't come here on a vacation. We are thrown here. Right? We are all here. Now we are going to go through. At least now if we don't take this message seriously, we can go till Bhava state and become a deer also. Right? I'll end with the example of Radhesham Bro. He told in the lecture. He said, once he was going, Radhesham was saying, the best time for me to read is when I'm in a train. If somebody gives me flight ticket also, I'll say no. I want to go in train only. Because as soon as he gets into train, he will read Bhagavatam for 20 hours also. He'll make his notes. That is the time to prepare. That is the time to dwell. That is the time to completely push his consciousness into Bhagavatam. Because nobody is disturbing. So once he was traveling, and as usual, as soon as he gets into the train, he'll go into his berth. He'll go top there or somewhere, he'll open his laptop or his book and he'll start working and he's completely immersed. His servant told Prabhuji, the couple who are sitting with us now, they're Tamilians. Raisa Prabhuji is Tamilian. He knows Tamil. So, Prabhuji, they are Tamilians. Maybe if you talk to them, it's a nice way to preach. Prabhuji told, do not tell them that I am Tamilian. Do not tell them. And whenever Prabhuji got down and they saw Sadhu and they tried to speak, Prabhuji spoke in Hindi. All his replies were in Hindi. Whatever number of hours they traveled, anytime they are speaking Hindi. And they might have thought, he's North Indian, definitely not a. Right? And Prabhuji was peacefully doing his studies, he was doing his everything, he was prepared, whatever. Once he felt, okay, I have achieved my target of my train travel. What I wanted to do. Whatever course he made to deliver software engineers is finished. Then he felt, okay. Then he told his servant, yeah. Half an hour before the station, destination, he got down and he told them, Nalla ka? Huh? You are Tamilian? We never knew that you are Tamilian. This, that, this, yanga, they started. Then Prabhuji gave one book and said, okay, take that. This will be nice. And within half an hour, Prabhuji said, all that I heard was all nonsense. Right? If I would have exposed myself in the beginning, my whole train journey would have been unsuccessful. But I was very clear what is the purpose of my train journey and what I can maximum do for this Engaunga. What can I do? All I can do is that half an hour. I gave that half an hour. Done. Same thing with Telugu also. Same thing with any. But what is the message Prabhuji is trying to convey is how careful we should be when we are practicing a spiritual life and how important our time is. And how dangerous Maya is. Just letting your senses available for anything. The verse says, right? Dhyayato Vishya Pumsa. What is the meaning of that? You are letting alone your senses to experience anything. No. We have to be serious. Even in satsang. Being nice to people, talking to people, being nice. Okay, ठीक है. Goal, याद है ना goal? Goal याद है ना? Otherwise, people will make you a vegetarian cook. Otherwise, people will treat you like an entertainment person. You understood? People are there ready to use you in all, provided you don't want to be used. Don't blame them. If you are strict, Hare Krishna? If you are strict to yourself, right? If you maintain the highest quality, you will get high quality people also. If you degrade your quality as a preacher or as a teacher or as a devotee, you will also get third class people only. Don't compromise on the principles. Try to raise your consciousness and be frank and be nice, be compassionate, but keep Krishna in the center. There is one devotee. He started taking people to, some, what is that? Theme parks. Because they are not coming to satsang, it is the theme park they come. Why you have to take people to theme park? They anyway go to theme park. Are you trying to get people or are you trying to give them Krishna? I'm telling you, if Maya comes into our life in different ways. Right? You are not here to fix the marriage problem of people. Tell them, take Krishna consciousness, all your problems will be solved. You try to be a marriage counselor, you will get frustrated in life. Don't even try to do that. We are not trying to be a doctor also, curing all the diseases. There are many doctors, but you are a special doctor because you can give Krishna. Prabhu, the lesson from this chapter is very important in our spiritual life. Keep Krishna in the center, even in your own family, with your 4 children also, 3 children, 10 children, whatever. Krishna is there in the center or no. Otherwise, you will come back. You will come back. Don't blame Krishna for that. You will come back. Be a good husband, give Krishna to your wife. Be a good wife, give Krishna to your husband. Be a good parents, give Krishna to your children. Be a good children by giving Krishna to your parents. Be very mindful in your office also. You are not going to compromise anything. you are going to be very clear that I am a devotee. And there is no problem in telling anybody that you are a devotee. You don't need to tell that and take advantage of anything. But if they ask, are you a devotee? Yes, I am a devotee. I am not trying to maintain two different images in outside and inside. I am not, at least internally, I am not trying to maintain. I have seen devotees doing crazy things when they are not with devotees, and when they come to satsang, they are in a different picture. Who are they risking? They are risking their own spiritual life. We don't want to be that Bharat Maharaj. What Bharat Maharaj did is for us. Bhagavatam is teaching us. And what did Bharat Maharaj become in next life? Deer. And what did he become after that? Jada Bharat. What is the difference between Jada Bharat and Bharat? Bharat Maharaj was compassionate. Jada Bharat was compassionate but very strict. Bharat Maharaj made himself available. Jada Bharat, if you read the chapter, he acted like he's deaf and dumb. He acted like he was a madman. Even if people will come and talk to him, he'll behave as if he doesn't know anything. Just like what Radhesham Prabhu did sitting on that birth. I don't know Tamil. I am very busy with my thing. Selfishness is needed in spiritual life. There's nothing wrong. And clear one-pointed focus. Vyavasayatmika buddhir eke kurunandana bahushaka anantascha abuddhir avivasana. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Any thoughts? What is your dear? Please read this chapter. Canto 5, chapter 7 and 8. And when you read the 8, you will not stop yourself from reading the 9th and 10th also. Right? But there are many chapters like this in Bhagavatam. Please take Bhagavatam. Please buy Bhagavatam if you don't have Bhagavatam. Please gift Bhagavatam to others if they don't have Bhagavatam. And please read Bhagavatam if you have Bhagavatam. Namaste Narasimha. भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, भरत महाराज की जय। विष्णुपाद परम सुंदराचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परम सुंदराचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम गंगे मैया की यमुने मैया की कलियुग पावन तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ट्रांसजेंडर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। ट्रांसजेंडर प्रशालन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Please honor Prasad. Shri Prabhu, any announcements? Anybody? Okay, thank you.